Now, it may be more fantasy than reality, but a company in Russia is offering to freeze your brain when you die until technology has advanced far enough to allow scientists to reanimate you.
It's a technique known as cryonics, and now the firm has set its sights on the British market. But many in the scientific community are questioning the ethics of the practice.
Our Moscow correspondent Alex Rossi is the first Western television journalist to be given access to the company's makeshift laboratories. Here's his exclusive report.
This is where we keep the brains, inside.
It's like walking into the pages of a science fiction novel.
Are submerged 2 containers with the brains of our patients.
This is Russia's first cryonics laboratory.
This is the metal container that the brain can be stored in.
The company called KrioRus is in the business of freezing human brains. It tells its customers when science advances, they'll be brought back to life.
Information about your personality and your memories is preserved in your brain. And if you freeze it in liquid nitrogen and do not allow the decomposition to start, you can later reanimate the brain, grow a new body, and subjectively to the patient, it would be like living the life resuming from the moment of death.
The first brain was frozen in liquid nitrogen in April. The company's historic moment was captured on this video. Patients pay £5,000 for this process and then an additional $300 a year for storage.
The company promises its clients they'll be able to have 2 services when they die. A funeral, and their body will end up in a cemetery, and then decades later, when science catches up, they'll be able to have another ceremony when their brain is reanimated.
Galina Fedorenko was devastated when her mother Lydia died, so she and her son Daniel had her brain removed and stored in this cold box. They then delivered Lydia to KrioRus for deep freezing.
We want to clone grandmother in the future, if we can read information from her brain. Alternatively, she will have a cybernetic body created for her, like in the film Terminator.
The company only has 2 clients so far, but hopes to expand.
We can fill them with liquid nitrogen and store half Moscow here, probably.
Managing Director Danila Medvedev says he's now advertising in the United Kingdom and Western Europe.
I get the feeling that you haven't really got very much money behind the company.
It turns out that you can freeze the brain for peanuts and store it quite cheaply, even at home, just paying for dry ice. And you can start a Cryonics company with just a few thousands of dollars.
But many leading experts in the field of cryobiology, the scientific study of how organisms behave at low temperatures, are extremely skeptical.
It is seen as a fantasy. Of course, the personality will not be stored as a person, as a unique person who has his history, his brain, his mentality, his dreams, and so on and so on. Everything definitely will disappear.
Cryonics, though, continues to have its believers. Galina and Daniel Fedorenko are also planning to have their brains frozen when they die. This, then, is not the final goodbye. They hope one day their family will be reunited in an afterlife on Earth. Alex Rossi, Sky News, Moscow.